Let's do it. From Los Angeles, California, we're the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Oh, hello there, friends! Welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name's Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man who is fully Donald Ducking it and is in the process of casting magic spells using his boner as a wand. That's the dragon himself, Jeff Clark.
That's right, my boner's got special powers.
And beaming to us from Hogwarts, the bearded booger-eating Dumbledore known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo.
Oh,
Don't
no,
get us canceled, Kevin.
no brat.
I forgot,
Wait.
if I'm being honest.
What are you, firing people
canceled.
again? Jesus Christ, Shuddy.
He's bidding on more He-Man toys.
I am not. I pumped the brakes a little bit.
By a little bit, do you mean by those smaller figures you showed off to us in the Easter egg that you've purchased?
Or do you mean like your labor turnover? Are you are you
No,
firing
no.
people less or buying less collectibles?
No, I haven't bought anything on eBay yet today.
Today?
So people
we're
are still
slowing
getting
down.
fired.
I mean, I it seems like you've really been on a roll with buying He-Man toys. How is there any left that you don't have?
Well, I haven't even gotten into the vintage line, which I'm trying. My goal is to completely stay away from.
Is that a slippery slope
It is a very slippery slope.
of shirtless,
And-
muscle-bound manness?
So
I got a question. Is any of this done with the idea or the thought of investing? Either you can answer that as well, Kevin, because you're a collector of many different things that, unless you're a hobbyist or a nerd, someone like me might think is useless. But if you can monetize it or you can profit off it, then fuck me, right? So do you have any, are you thinking about that at all?
I
Or do
mean,
you?
I've got some stuff. I don't buy things with the thought of flipping them. I buy stuff because I just really like looking at it and being surrounded by stuff that's just cool looking and makes me happy when I just happen to glance at it. I have, bought things that have done very well. Like I bought an issue of Walking Dead #1, like when I was still living on the East Coast, so over 10 years ago, for like $200. And I got it graded by the CGC, and it's a 9.8, which is almost as high as you can get. And that's gone up considerably in value. I think the interest in the TV show has plateaued for a while now, so it's not really going up. But there's stuff like that I've just bought because I liked it, and it has gone up a bunch in value. And there's definitely the thought that, okay, if the bottom falls out on everything, and everybody on Patreon cancels, the Ella show goes belly up, and, I'm completely out of options, I definitely have a little bit of a safety net of stuff that I could sell, even though it would fucking break my heart to do so.
No shit.
And I like original pages from comics. The homie Alex Wilson turned me onto that years ago at Comic-Con, because he likes to treat himself to a page. So when they do a page in a comic, they'll pencil it, they'll ink it, that original sheet gets scanned and somebody colors it, and then that goes into the comic. But they usually retain those pages, and a lot of people sell them off. So, some artists, of course, are just insanely expensive, but I've bought a few pages where afterwards the artists blew up or the series blew up, and then it's every page in the entire run has sold out, so I'm sure those have gone up a little bit.
Interesting. Now, well, I ask partially because this is something that's came up with me and one of my homies recently. One of my best friends growing up, he's my best basketball friend. We met when I was 9 years old at the basketball court that we both lived next to. and he's my oldest friend. So it's like, what is that, 25 years now? We've always played basketball together, like seriously, like growing up every day of the week outside of like, the winters. And then we would play indoors in the winter. So essentially we'd play basketball. And him and his other best friend always collected basketball cards and sports cards. And that was their shit. He's a huge Kobe Bryant fan, huge Kevin Garnett fan. And he collected and has like essentially every Kobe Bryant basketball card ever created, right? So, and he was like always weird about it. Like most people, not even kids, most people collect things the way you collect things. It's just something you're a fan of. It's a hobby. If anything comes of it, great. But like that was kind of the end of it. And even since we were kids, he always collected these things as an investment. Every time he always knew the value of the cards he was buying. And me and him, like he had like an eBay account to like buy basketball cards, sports cards. Like when we were serious, when I was 9, he was 10 years old. This is something he's always been doing, right? And he's just, like collecting and buying cards and always thinking to invest, right?
So he treats cards kind of like stocks?
Yeah, for sure. So recently there's been like a huge boom in the sports card market, like fucking stupid, like massive.
No shit.
Right? And he's been holding on to these cards for his whole life and just adding to it, collecting. Like he's always been collecting. And I've talked about this recently with Puminati and Discord because we have a few homies of a Puminati that are card collectors, and they would tell me things like, dude, if you're in Target and you see basketball cards for sale or any cards for sale, buy everything they have and either sell it to me or just keep it for yourself, because it's like they're worth their weight in gold. My buddy says that basketball cards at this point are worth their weight in gold times 5, right?
What?
Now listen. So now I'm kind of spilling the beans on his business here, or not business, but well, yeah, kind of, but like I don't see how I could like get him in like it. I don't think it's gonna piss him off, but we've been talking a lot recently because I'm huge into basketball. He's huge into basketball still. He only works like in the summers. So like his whole winter is just like basketball shit, like watching basketball, collecting basketball cards and all that stuff. So there's been a huge boom in the sports card industry, and he collected every Kobe Bryant card. That combined with, the unfortunate passing and the helicopter crash of Kobe Bryant sent his card collection just through the fucking roof, like through the roof, right? So we were talking last week, and he's like starting to move these cards. And again, you got to keep in mind, he always bought these cards as investments. Like even when we were 11, this is the weird thing about him. Even when we were 10, 11 years old, he always like had the plan to sell it. Like he was always going to sell his card collection, right? So we were talking this past week, and I was just like, dude, what are we talking about here? What are you being offered for these cards? What do you think you could get for all this? And he's like, well, I'm probably going to buy a McLaren this year. I was like, yeah.
What?
He's like, no, seriously, I'm going to buy a 2-unit house. I'm going to buy a McLaren.
Off of Kobe cards.
Like, yeah. I was like, what do you think? Like, what do you think you're going to make? He's like, I'm looking at like $700,000 in profit.
Well, I like that he makes like,
fuck.
He's made all these really good investments, and then he's going to make the worst one possible and buy a McLaren.
Yeah.
Well, so we all have weaknesses, right? And like he always
he's a car
collected
guy.
These cards. Yeah, I don't know if it's a weakness, but yeah, he always collected these cards with the idea of investing.
So he's got no, like, when he parts with these cards and sells them, it's not going to be like if I had to sell some of my comic art or like my Walking Dead #1, because that would, if times were tough and it got to the point where I had to sell them to like make rent or buy food and stuff, it would kill me to do it. It'd be like, yeah, maybe when I go and set up my tent under an underpass, I can keep this Walking Dead #1 with me.
See, I don't know, because you would think so. I mean, it's kind of like human nature. you know, I've known him for 25 years and he's always collected cards. So like just, you know, it ending one day, you would think it would be like an emotional thing on some level. But then again, he's always been investing. So I guess not. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But like, so he sent me a few offers, like screenshots of like guys offering like $5,000-$6,000 for a card. He has one card that was graded like a 10 that went for $50,000 the other day. Like he just had, and he has, like he told me, he's like, yeah, this $50,000 card, I only have one of them. But like he has like multiples of every fucking Kobe Bryant card, right?
Yeah,
and like his one, like I don't know what it is, like it's an addiction or something, but he's into cards.
He's clearly found a hustle.
So
it's not like me buying comics. That's like his hustle,
right.
And it's, you know, seems like it's providing him with a very nice livelihood. I mean, I told you guys in the past that when I was a kid, I just heard about baseball cards being worth money. And I was like, wait, they sell these fucking things at the grocery store. You're telling me I could buy one of those things and just there could be a card in there by chance that's worth a lot of money? And they're like, yeah. So I used to buy baseball cards all the time, despite not watching baseball, not knowing who any of the players are, not knowing anything about it. I was so naive. I thought as a kid in like 1988, I could buy a pack of baseball cards that would have a Babe Ruth rookie in it. I didn't understand that they were put. It's the
from
current,
that particular season.
Yes, I thought that they just threw Babe Ruth rookies in random packs. So like,
yeah, and if you ever got one, it was worth 10 cents.
Exactly.
It was, you know,
I mean,
it was a reprint.
Who knows if I had held on to all those things? I'm sure there were baseball cards that came out in the 80s that are worth money today, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, a bit of him is just dumb luck. Like he collected the perfect fucking guy, Kobe Bryant, right? And then the unfortunate circumstance of his death went and put Kobe Bryant's cards, like, I think they're ahead of Michael Jordan, if not just like on that same, like they're at the same level.
Sense.
You know what I mean?
See, I have a Stan Lee signed book, and it was witnessed by the grading company. So when they actually watch the comic book get signed and then it goes into their possession, it gets a special yellow label across the top of it. So that's how you know it's like 100% this has been verified as their signature.
Right. Yeah. Certificate of authenticity or whatever.
Yeah. And if it's they didn't witness it, but they do like, you know, signature analysis, and they're like, yeah, this looks like their signature. I'm 99.9% sure it'll still just get a green label. So it'll never get the yellow one. And I don't know if anybody really gives a fuck about the green ones, but I have a Stan Lee yellow label. So he 100% signed this comic. The issue with that is Stan Lee signed so many fucking comics over the years, especially like in the last 10 years when Comic-Con exploded. He was at every one and signed, you know, all day until his hand turned into dust. So that's just something I like having. It's just like this awesome comic book artifact. A lot of people have a very similar artifact, so I don't think those will ever be worth money. It's just something cool to have. Kobe shit, though, I could see why that's anything rare, limited, signature. Because sometimes, don't they do that now in modern card packs? They'll put like, maybe, it's like golden ticket Willy Wonka style. Well, they'll put 5 actually autographed cards in random packs and shit.
Yeah, like he has a bunch of those where they'll be like, yeah, like out of 23 or out of 250 or something like that. Yeah, they'll have limited release cards for sure.
What about
like,
you, Shuddy?
Game worn jerseys, stuff like that.
Jesus. So
yeah,
like I can already
a little
see
patch in the card.
Shuddy, in your background, you have lots of your toys and collectibles just displayed.
Yeah, they're bought for me. You know, when I decided I was going to do this Masters of the Universe thing, they're for me. I'm taking them. Excuse me.
Yep, just vomited. Gets very excited.
It was a burp. It was just a very quiet one. And I wanted to display them, and I didn't want to display them on the cards. So I have been taking them out of the packaging and displaying them. And
that's not a move by a collector.
What?
That's not the move of a collector.
No,
Like
no,
buying something and opening it.
This is strictly for me. I have bought stuff that have been part of lots where I've been looking for one specific piece, and I've been flipping the extra stuff to collectors and stuff, but it's not my motivation to sell these at any point in the near future.
So when you open up your He-Man toys, do you like make them fight each other? Like, yeah, take that, Skeletor. Yeah, you'll never get me, He-Man. And then like bonk them into each other.
Not like that. The Masters of the Universe Origins, the new toy line that's coming out that I have everything of, I do have them paired up together and facing off good guy against bad guy.
Do I spot on your shelf the Ninja Turtle Van DVD collection?
Yes, that is also back there.
I have it right there on my shelf.
Yeah, we got it. I want to say we got it at the same time. You're the one who told me about it. And then I bought it I want to say I bought it for Bradley for Christmas.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I mean, it was wrapped for him under the tree. And then when they weren't allowed to touch it, he lost interest in it. So
what a power move by Santa. I mean, wait, like mine's still in the box, but you can flip it open. Like I watch them. I regularly will pop those out, and when I'm laying down to go to bed, just put a random DVD in and start, some vintage Ninja Turtle episodes.
Yeah, we have done that, but they want to play with the fucking
the van.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
That's a no-no in my household as well.
Why? Because you're collecting it? Is that?
No, it's such a cool display for a DVD set that I just want it to stay cool looking. Like it's one of the few packages that you can open, take the thing out, watch the DVDs, put it back in, and reclose it, and it looks the same as it did the day you bought it. Like you don't have to mangle the package or anything. There's no tape tearing shit off. They made it pretty cool to display.
So if you were in said pinch and you had to move part ways with some of this stuff, do you have like a ballpark figure of what you would make, you think? Like, do you have because this motherfucker, again, this is he's a very particular person. Like, he's really good with money and like savings and like math and like budgeting stuff. And just like, he has like a great mind for that kind of shit. So like since we were kids, like he would have this shit down to like, he would have like spreadsheets. Like, what? You were fucking 11. How do you, how are you tracking this to this level?
I guess that's the mindset of somebody who's going to drive a McLaren.
Yeah. Like that's his thing is that he like flips cars too. Like he's I don't know. It's like the kind of dude he is. So like he has like a jet ski, like 2 motorcycles, like cars, but
God damn,
he's got his own business and shit. It's not like it's like just lighting money on fire. Like I just wish I had some of that like mentality in me. Like he like invests.
So do we,
things.
because then you'd have more stuff on your wall behind you.
Yeah, for real.
For real.
Buy more basketball cards, Jeff.
Right. I don't know. I'm weird. And I've it was 2 of my good friends or one of my best friends, like collecting cards my whole childhood. And I just was never like, I was always, it's fucking lame.
I'm
This
just
is
gonna
useless.
I'm just gonna watch the sports. I don't need their merch.
Yeah.
I mean, I can look up the value of my comics, like individual comics. It's very easy to look up their price and see what they're going for. Toys and shit. You just look what they're selling for on eBay. You can filter eBay search results by what's sold in the past couple of months. So you can even just look and see what people are paying for in real time. The stuff I would need, like, I guess, you see those pawn shop shows and even Comic Book Men when that was on the air. You just need like a dude to come and look at, because I don't know what the original art would go for. I know what I paid for it. I don't know what it's worth now, because it seems like a lot of people that buy comic book art, like original pages, they do what I do. They frame it and they display it. They're not really looking to flip it that much. The stuff that people like to flip is fucking Comic-Con merch. So they literally, before we started recording today, they announced that San Diego Comic-Con is going to be another virtual one this year, and they're pushing in person to 2022. But when Comic-Con blew up, all the vendors, like toy makers like Hasbro and Mattel, the Funko Pops, they all make, like, these are the toys we're only selling at Comic-Con, and there's, like, you know, only a couple thousand of each or something like that. So a lot of those get bought up by people like your homie. Like, I hope he doesn't mind me blowing up his spot, but Sprance's cousin, who I've hung out with at a couple of Comic-Cons, he will fly out there and stay in San Diego, and he enters all the lotteries, he gets all the fucking line tickets, and he spends all day, all 5 days of Comic-Con waiting in lines to buy the exclusives. And then in the lobby of the convention center, they have FedEx boutiques.
Lila.
Where they just, like, collectors or resellers, whatever you want to call them, will just run to those kiosks and FedEx all that stuff just back home.
Is his name Spider?
Spider Sprance?
No,
Is
it's
his
Sexy
nickname
Mike.
Spider?
It's his cousin Mike.
Okay.
You're thinking of
I know-
Goodfellas.
I know one of Sprance's cousins. I wonder if it's the same guy. I'm sure he has more than one.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe it was his nephew. Anyways, whatever. Sorry. I thought we were a couple degrees connected even further. Does that
Nope.
make sense? Maybe not. Whatever. I'm just talking out of my ass. Have you heard of last collectible thing that I'm going to bring up? I'm assuming it's going to go over both of your guys' head, but it is kind of a sweet idea. Have you ever heard of NBA Top Shot? It's like something that has like taken off this year, like 2021 essentially. And what it is, it's like blockchain NBA highlight collectibles.
What?
So like you get a highlight on your phone of a certain player, and they're released in limited quantities, like a blockchain or like a Bitcoin, like a cryptocurrency. It's like essentially cryptocurrency meets trading cards, if that makes any sense. It might be kind of hard to comprehend. So like, and again, they're a limited quantity, and like you have to wait in line just to be like randomly selected, like a digital line to be selected to win a lottery to buy these things. But if you can get your hands on them, like you can resell them for 10 times what you're getting it, like unopened or whatever. It's still like a weird idea to me, but I wonder if that stuff is going to happen in like the nerd world, the comic world. I don't know.
I mean,
It's
it
called
kind of
NBA
did.
Top Shot.
I told that story a while back when Seek and I were at Comic-Con one year. You know, he's a big Lego guy, and he just wants the Legos to have the Legos. And they had a line that went snaked through the convention center, outside, down the stairs, to the docks in San Diego, and then like a mile down the fucking street.
In the Gaslamp district.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking insane. Like, we got there, and that was like Seek's. That was really important to Seek. So I was like, you know what? I'll wait with you. Let's go check this line out. So we're walking through the convention. We're like, holy shit, this line's nuts. We get out into the hallway. We're like, yikes. We get down the stairs into the dock, and we're like, oh my fucking God. We see this line going there, and Seek's just like holding his head like, I can't believe this. I can't believe this.
And then we took a bus to Costa Mesa, and the line is still going.
But get this. So that's not even a line to get it. When you wait in line and you get up to the actual person, they have an iPad set up. And you touch your finger to the iPad, and an image will pop up, and it'll either be good cop or bad cop. Bad cop, they kick you in the ass and tell you to fuck off. Good cop, you get the Lego.
Oh my God! How did he get up there? I know you told this story. I'm assuming you told it already. What happened?
I think he said, fuck this. Because it was literally for a Lego guy, one dude. But that's the only way you get it, is waiting in that line and winning the coin flip to get it. And they give it to you for free. But then people go on eBay and they sell it for $500.
This is part of the reason why I don't know if I could ever be a father, because if my kid got into something like that, it's just, you're supposed to, like, support your kid's interests and hobbies and stuff like that, obviously within reason. But like, if I saw that line and my kid's like, no, I really want this, like, well, guess you better really save your money so you can buy it in the fucking resale market, because I am not waiting.
We'll wait in this line, but if you get the bad cop, you're also homeless.
Yeah, you're walking home.
Yeah, so is the Lego guy worth possibly being emancipated at 8?
I'll tell you what, as a lifelong dork, that line would scare me off. I'd be like, oh, fuck that. I don't want that little Lego guy that much. I don't know if there's anything I would want as like a kid or an adult that's worth a coin flip, 12-hour line wait. I can eat my ass. Jeff, you teased something in the Easter egg. You have something
you guys have
run by Shuddy and I? Shuddy and me?
Yes. Do you guys have any movies to review? Because I don't have any movies to review, and this is what I'm going to do in its place.
Yeah,
so,
I do.
Well, actually,
go into it.
Actually, I have a couple of things to review this week.
Nice.
I got one. So why don't you kick us off, Jeff?
Okay. This is a Clark classic. This is a big request that I have, you guys. And if times are a little bit different, or maybe, if you don't get to it in the next couple of weeks and you become vaccinated, Kevin, you can come to my house and we can watch this movie together. But have you either of you ever heard of the movie Judgment Night?
Yes.
Because
that had the soundtrack back in the 90s where it was like hip-hop and metal hybrid songs, right?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, they had some like rap rock songs in it. I guess the soundtrack is supposed to be pretty iconic too. But it has Emilio Estevez, Cuba Gooding Jr., Stephen Dorff, and Dennis Leary, and Jeremy Piven. It was made in 109 minutes long. It was made in, I think, 93. Maybe it was 92, and it was distributed in 93. It's called Judgment Night. It's a Clark classic, 5-dicker. It wasn't stream. I haven't seen this movie in like a couple years, but I knew I like loved it. I didn't need to like rewatch it. I've seen this movie like probably seriously like 50 fucking times. I've seen it like 5 times this week or the past 2 weeks. But I was looking for where it was streaming because I really had like an urge to watch it, and it wasn't streaming anywhere. And I was just like fed up. I was like, "Fuck this! I'm buying the Blu-ray," because it is a Clark classic. I actually asked my brothers about it this morning just to make sure I can use that title, and it's good for the whole family, and it is. This is fucking amazing, and it's just, I don't know if you're familiar with the premise or the plot, but it's a fight night for 4 guys. One of them's married. They're going. I think it's set in Chicago. They're going to a fight, and they have to take a detour because of traffic. And they're running late to the fight, and they take a detour and drive into the hood, and danger ensues. They witness something they shouldn't have, and then they have to run from the people that.
How does it end?
Oh, come on!
I'll tell you what.
What are you doing? I'm gonna watch it.
Good for Emilio.
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's streaming for free anywhere, but it's a $3 rental, or you can buy it for $10 on Prime digitally, or you can pull a Jeff Clark and buy the Blu-ray.
Both of them are steals, or all 3 of those options are steals. But it's a 5-dicker. It's something I'm willing to stake my movie taste reputation on.
Oh dang!
I guess also what I'm asking here is I need to hear more reviews and input, because I've pretty much been an echo chamber my whole life, and my entire family has loved this movie. And I gotta hear from, and a few of the friends that I've shown this movie love it too, but I gotta hear from you guys.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, I'll check it out too.
We're all homies, but we're into different shit, different hobbies, but we still, obviously, big part of this podcast is coming together on movies, and we don't have too dissimilar of interests in that sense. So I'm interested. If you guys don't like it, I would be very, very disappointed. But
Well,
Judgment Night. Check it out. And
I'm gonna check
Puminati,
it out.
please check it out.
I like the people involved in it, and I'm curious too because I remember listening to that soundtrack as a kid, and I want to hear it play out in the movie.
It's actually it's really good. The movie fucking holds up. It holds up. I've watched it a lot recently.
So you mentioned watching stuff in person, and this is an idea that I've been stewing on and actually doing research on for maybe a month or two now. And I would like to present it to you, Jeff, now.
I decline. I'm not ready to hear it.
It's a Patreon idea. So I had a new idea for a Patreon show. I know we just keep digging ourselves more and more work by creating more and more shows, but maybe it could be a substitute like once every couple weeks, once a month or something. But when it's chill to be in person again, I want to make you watch the first episode of an anime series and then discuss it with you a la what the fuck did I just watch style.
Okay. I'm down. I like that stuff.
Anime?
I like the idea. Like I've been on What the Fuck Did I Just Watch twice, and I love being on that. I love the invite, and I just like forcing myself to watch something. I get like I brew a pot of coffee, and I'm like, I've committed. I'm gonna give this my full effort. There's no smoking pot, taking a nap. I'm not gonna save it for later. Like, here it is. Let's do it. And I gotta take notes and try to be witty and have a conversation about it. So I'm 100% down. I'm not saying I'm gonna like it, but it's gonna be an awesome Patreon episode. I'll tell you that, or exclusive, whatever, however you want to phrase it.
Yeah, because the idea popped into my head. I watched like a handful of anime when I was growing up. My buddy got me into it when I was like, I don't know, 11 or 12. And he's like, dude, there's this animation coming out of Japan. It's called Japanese animation. And it's super violent and they show boobs and stuff. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I'm in. And I never dove too deep. Like I watched the ones that pretty much any anime viewer knows. But I don't know, with the whole pandemic and having more time to watch things, I always see these autoplays on Netflix and stuff, and I'm like, man, this looks so fucking weird. And I've always been kind of curious, and then I got the idea for that show, so I was like, okay, I don't want to just be like, hey, Jeff, let's watch Dragon Ball Z or, something like that. I want to find these weird, very specific themed ones. So the research I've been doing is I made a list of all the ones that look off the wall, weird, have a very specific thing they're going for. And I watched the first episode, and the problem was I got sucked into them. So, like, in saying I'm just going to watch this first episode, I end up watching the whole fucking series. And just about all of them have been kick-ass so far. So
you want to see if the anime suction works on me?
I'm not confident it will, but I know...
Me neither.
Like, I don't want to, it's not going to be like Supermarket Queefs where it's a commentary track, but I want to keep a microphone near us while we watch it. So when really bizarre or off the wall or violent or stupid shit happens, it can capture a soundbite of a Jeff Clark, oh, or, oh, what the fuck? Just capture these reactions.
Okay.
And then play like little snippets.
So we're going to do like a Supermarket Queefs, not
no.
the fuck did I just watch?
No,
okay.
He's just going to have reactions that he can play in post.
Yeah, and if there's no reaction, then nothing gets used. But just in case there's a funny... Because your reaction to stuff can be very funny sometimes. So I feel like just having one or two like short little clips to play would be funny rather than a Supermarket Queefs style thing where we have to just comment as things are happening in real time. Because sometimes
I'm into it.
Shit'll happen in an anime and you'll probably have more things you want to say about it, and then something else happens that you have to comment on.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm down. I don't know if I'll be sucked in and watch the whole series. Maybe, you never know. Maybe I'll like it so much I'll move the basketball to the top TVs and I'll put the anime on the bottom TV with the sound.
Oh, konnichiwa. Jeff goes full anime fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Bill's gonna be giving me shit. I don't like Japanese anime. I'm more of a Korean anime guy.
Like, I don't want to tip my hat too much on some of the series that I've done research on, but like, you know, there's a bunch of ones that are like people using superpowers to fight people. But then there's one where it's a fucking cooking competition anime. Like, what the hell is this?
Okay.
So I watched the first episode. I'm like, okay, this is something I have to get Jeff's reaction on. And then I just got fucking sucked into watching it because it's so goofy and stupid. And then there are actually really good stories in these goofy animes.
You find yourself crying in the end of episodes?
I'm like, oh, what the hell?
Oh my god, it's doing it. I'm doing it again.
Just when I thought I
Getting all
couldn't get any
emotional.
fucking nerdier, now I'm an anime junkie. And it's been really nice because, you know, living in, you know, we've been almost a year now in Groundhog Day land, where it's just the same day repeating, and there's nothing's really open in California, so there's no fun shit to go and do, and I can't go see my family. And you watch these outrageous,
Life is
goofy,
hell.
colorful animes, and it's actually been a very welcomed escape, I found.
Okay. I'm in. But maybe I like the idea of you not watching it either. Like, we watch it first together. So I don't watch the whole series and then, you know?
I've actually found two. One that is, I can't believe this exists. This is a Jeff Clark anime. And another one kind of in the same vein where I was like, oh, you know what? I'm actually going to save these two to watch fresh.
Well, do you have any, like...
I got a whole document in my phone.
recommendations? Do you have any recommendations you give the Puminati? Like, one of the cool animes you've seen? Or where are they streaming?
Most of it's
Netflix?
Netflix has a really big deposit of anime.
Do
And
you
they
think
all
they're
kind of
just
do.
cleaning up in Japan?
Yeah. I mean, most of them are based off of popular mangas. So, like, they're just Japanese comic series. It's like what they're doing with movies here. Just people are insane into manga in Japan, and there's so many fucking series, and they go on for so long. And there are mangas that had like 7-year runs, and they're just now getting snatched up to be turned into animes. And then the animes run, you know, a really long time. So, I don't know. I would say check out the food one. Again, I don't want to like tip my hat too much on the stuff I have in store, but the food one's on Netflix, and it's so fucking weird. But then they cook like MasterChef style stuff, and it makes me hungry.
All right. I'm in, dude. I'm in. I don't know. What else do you need from me? I'm giving you my authorization. Let's do it.
I'm already saying more than I wanted to, but here's the weird thing on the food one. So it's just like a standard cooking competition type show, but anytime somebody eats something, you know, like in animes when stuff gets intense and the background turns into those like streaking color things?
I actually do, yeah.
So that happens when they taste something really good and their clothes fly off and they fucking nut.
That could be enjoyable. Wow. Jeez. It's hard to wrap my brain around that. I have to see that, actually. That's pretty interesting. So is it like it's a cooking competition. So is there like a Japanese Gordon Ramsay that's like just shitting on the terrible dishes?
Well, a few episodes in, it moves to a culinary school. So they're constantly being tested in these MasterChef style competitions. So they'll give them like, you have to cook using this, you can only use these. And then the judges will eat the food and they'll be like, oh! And then color streaks, and then their clothes explode, and they're like, ugh!
All right. I wish that you saved that one because I would love to see people jizz in the food.
Well,
Anime jizz.
we'll watch it at some point.
I wonder how much money Netflix is making off of just their animation content. You know, like
It's
how
got to be
much-
working with how much they're snagging, because their anime well is very deep. And then, you know, HBO Max has a whole bunch, Hulu has a whole bunch. Shuddy, you look unimpressed.
We could not be talking about something that I find more boring than anime.
Even a food
Wanna
competition
go-
anime where
Like,
people get naked.
that
and nuts?
basketball card stuff is a close second today, but
Yeah,
Jeez.
I have some predictions for the MLB division races coming up. If you want to do that, pitchers and catchers reported.
Well, Shuddy, why don't you hit us with a couple of reviews then?
One thing I forgot to review last week was we watched, Sharon and I, this documentary from 1997 called Hands on a Hard Body.
Porno?
No, it is about a Nissan dealer in Longview, Texas, who runs a competition where whoever can stand with their hand on a Nissan hard body pickup truck for the longest amount of time wins the truck.
Okay, what if they
When
made
did-
an
when did that
anime
happen?
about that?
What'd you say?
What if they made an anime about that?
Well, Trey Anastasio from Fish actually co-wrote a musical version of this that played in La Jolla and on Broadway briefly.
La Jolla, nice. Nice. It's a nice part of San Diego. When did this happen?
The documentary came out in 1997, but the contest was actually from 1995.
I felt like I remembered it, but I don't think I would remember it if it was that long ago.
Where did you watch this
Sounds
documentary?
familiar.
Well, I think Sharon had saw something about it on TikTok, so the only way that we could watch it
Nice.
was by buying it on Apple TV for $10.
Was it worth the purchase?
And I will say yes, it was
Do you have a
worth the
TikTok?
purchase.
With Sharon's TikTok.
I don't know that we'll be watching it again. I don't. She doesn't know that I paid $10 for it. I don't think. She said that she wanted to watch it and was doing something in the other room, and I just got it set up.
Bro, if you're going to be buying all those toys, you need to leverage this. You'd be like, yeah, I spent 20. You should double it and say, I spent $20 on the movie that you really wanted to watch because I love you so much. And I will, any one of your hobbies I'm interested in.
But it is batch. It's insane. It is fucking ridiculous. Like, these people that are doing this are out of their minds, legitimately out of their minds.
So will they feed you?
No,
will they bring you food?
Nope. No, they actually, their family is there with them the entire time, and they would get 1 5-minute break per hour.
Oh, that's cheating.
And 1 15-minute break every 6 hours.
Can you bank them and use them for a nap?
No, you had to do that nap in the 5 or 15-minute windows if you wanted to take a nap. And you couldn't lean on the car or on the truck. You couldn't prop yourself up.
You couldn't lie on it.
You couldn't squat. You had to be standing with your hand just resting on the truck the entire time.
Man,
did you have to pay the taxes on the truck too? I'm assuming you
sure
did, right?
you did. I'm sure you did. And there's lots of funny things about this. There's a really overly religious lady who is convinced that she's going to win, and her church family is there, and they're convinced she's going to win because it just
can't choke in front of them.
Yeah. And these people are standing in cowboy boots trying to do it. And they're standing for 70 hours.
Fuck.
Jesus. I just picture Nissan execs watching that just well,
the thing is,
drooling.
It's a small dealership, right? They probably were annoyed, actually.
No, the reason they don't say this, but it's a Nissan dealer in the late 90s in rural Texas. None of those people are buying fucking Nissans.
That's true.
So they're trying to give away this little shitty Nissan pickup truck because people there buy pickup trucks like F-150s and actual pickup trucks that you can do something with, not these shitty little Nissan hard body pickup trucks. The dealership actually ended up filing bankruptcy 2 years after the movie came out.
Oops,
So it doesn't exist anymore
man.
because of poor Nissan sales in rural Texas. Who would have thunk?
I'm not trying to goad you into any spoilers here, Shuddy, but I'm guessing a lot of new rules and regulation came following this contest.
What do you mean?
No.
Well, I mean, kind of like when they did that whole hold your Wii for a Wii, when you couldn't get a Nintendo Wii when they first came out, and a radio show made people drink water and hold their piss, and the last person to piss got the Wii, and a fucking lady died from water poisoning. Like, what program director, radio executive could have foreseen somebody dying from drinking water?
Well, no, this was something that this dealership was doing yearly.
Oh.
So,
Oh,
like,
fuck me.
one of the contestants had won 2 years previously.
Nice. Defending their title. Love it.
And the way that they picked who was in was every day you could go in and put an entry in, and then they had a big, like, crank, one of those big, like, round cages with the crank, like they use for pulling bingo balls.
I miss when that was how decisions were made.
Yeah.
But you could
We should
only
make
go
an
in
important
once.
decision with it.
You could only go in once per day to put your name in the thing. And they ended up pulling this guy who had won 2 years before out of the thing randomly, supposedly.
Man.
And let me tell you, he went into this event with confidence that he was a returning champion.
Was he like
Being that I'm the champion at Trivial Pursuit, I can understand his bravado.
Yeah, he had like a very Billy Mitchell like vibe to him.
Yeah, yes, very Billy Mitchell like.
One of the greatest characters in documentary history.
His attitude was basically like, I don't have to beat them. They have to beat me.
Nice, dude.
I'm not competing against them. They're competing against me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to beat my own time, which is already the best. So.
Damn.
That is actually correct.
That
was a correct guess. He was the record holder, and he was his goal was to beat the record.
Yeah. It's like,
Quentin Tarantino says that this is one of his go-to movies.
That's a big endorsement. Holy shit.
Did Sharon read that on TikTok or see that?
No. When she mentioned it to me and I was trying to figure out what it was, because she's like, have you ever heard of Hands on a Hard Body? Was like, no, that I don't.
Are you giving me permission to watch porn?
Yeah.
I've been waiting.
We're going to watch it together?
Quentin Tarantino refers to this film as one of his go-to movie recommendations.
So, how does it hold up to the Shuddy Tarantino scale?
It was a lot of fun. Like it was sitting there going, like, are these people are for real? Like this is. I would recommend it. $10 is a little steep for something you're going to watch once. I don't think I'm going to rewatch it, but it was a lot of fun to watch. 3.75 Shuddy. Hands on a hard body dicks.
They should do a documentary for that fucking line that Zeke and Kevin was going to stand in.
Just the people in the back sweating and dying and like taking cyanide capsules.
It's like 97 in August in San Diego. Isn't that when they usually do it, or September?
July. But yeah, it's fucking hot as balls.
Yeah, for sure.
Not a fun climate to trip on acid during the day too. I will throw that little tidbit out as well.
At night it is. But yeah.
So I hear. I hear.
Right. And then we also watched a movie that we rented on Apple TV called Psycho Gorman.
Yeah, I reviewed that a week or two ago.
Oh, did you? I must have fucking zoned out. What did you think of it?
I was sneakily playing Madden. I liked it. I like the concept. I like the gore. I feel like they did a lot with the little bit of money they put into it. And if it actually got like a real budget to where they could have hired cast a few more better actors in some of the roles, it would have been a lot better. But for what it was, I enjoyed it.
I was disappointed. I thought it started very strong. I thought it ended very weakly.
It gets very weird towards the end.
Yeah, when it got really weird, I checked out and went on eBay.
I mean, it starts weird. For fuck's sake, they transform a little boy into like a slithering giant brain.
It
for the whole
starts
movie.
weird where the parents are just so out of touch that the daughter has the brother dig a hole that is literally large enough to bury him alive in, and that's the plan. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, there was that. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. You're right. It was weird. I think that's a 2.5 dicker for me.
I think I gave it 3.5.
And then we watched Death to 2020.
Was that on Netflix?
Yes.
I heard that was bad.
It looked
okay.
cheesy.
Sharon didn't enjoy it, but I was super fucking high, like super stoned, like Delta 88 regular marijuana mixing high.
Okay.
And I laughed my ass off. I giggled at every terrible, like, it's not good. It's definitely like a background type movie. And when, you're not looking for something you're trying to pay much attention to. But I thought it was funny. That's also a 2.5 dicker.
I did not see those two meeting in the middle like that.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it wasn't good. Like, I knew it wasn't good, but I was just, when you're in that high state where even things that if you were in your right mind, aren't funny, but you're just in that, it just tickles you just the right way when you're stoned that you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, Kevin doesn't know what you're talking about. He's a narc now.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he gave up.
I like how you gave a Shuddy review and a Sharon score.
Yeah, you adjusted for the Shuddy stonedness scale.
Yeah, it definitely, my initial 3.5 rating was definitely graded on a 1 point. I'm really high curve.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you took it down a few points because of Sharon. Because I was going to say I bumped up A Star Is Born like a quarter dick because my ex was crying during it. I was like, you know what? This does move people.
No, I know that when my initial 3.5 was padded 1 star by how. If I watched that sober, I would have probably been like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Those are the complaints that I heard, that it was like the same, like, overused, 2020 sure sucks, huh? Just like those same dad jokes over and over and over. But it's got a weird cast. Like, I saw, like, Samuel L. Jackson's in it.
Lisa Kudrow, Samuel L. Jackson.
Isn't the dude from Parasite?
Samuel L. Jackson's going to be there.
Like, Song Kang-ho is in it? I don't know. I saw it on his Letterboxd.
Leslie Jones is in it.
Hosting some supermarket queefs.
She's not as cool as the Reprection. I'll tell you that.
Hugh Grant. Joe Keery from Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah.
Steve. Kumail Nanjiani. Tracy Ullman.
What's he up to?
Lawrence
Isn't he getting
Fishburne.
ripped?
He's been ripped because he's got that Eternals movie coming out.
Yeah, they covered him up quite a bit. He was wearing like multiple layers, so you could see how not ripped they were trying to show him as.
He's underneath like 12 ponchos and has a comically oversized.
Yeah, he's got
hat.
He's got like on like a button-down shirt, a hoodie, a jacket.
I'm freezing, guys. Anyway, 2020 sucked ass.
Yeah.
Well, that ties in a little bit to what I have to review. Because I watched the new Frances McDormand movie, Nomadland, on Hulu yesterday. Because I know that's been getting a lot of buzz. It's a new movie, and I wanted to check it out. Turns out the woman that directed it is also directing the Eternals movie.
So we got a woman director and a woman lead?
It's Jeff's nightmare.
Yeah, terrible.
Oh, women! Oh! So,
all right, keep going. I'm still here, though.
Are either of you guys familiar with this?
No.
The story behind it?
I saw it on your Instagram story. I actually didn't think it'd be something I would be into, but
I don't
like
think
Frances
it is.
McDormand.
Me too.
Oh, okay.
She's,
All right.
I mean, she's a fucking G.
She's awesome. Yeah.
She kicks ass. She never disappoints. But it's just, I knew it was going to be this fucking misery porn thing that's going around. Like, it's no surprise from the premise of the movie. So she works at a sheetrock factory in Nevada. That
already terrible. It's already terrible. Okay.
And this is all just written on the screen before the movie even starts.
Thank God, right?
This thing goes out of business, and it was basically the lifeblood of the town. So everybody that works there gets fired. The whole town gets just economically eviscerated. Within a year, they just wiped that zip code off the map. They're like, this place doesn't even exist anymore. So the whole town goes tits up. Everybody bounces. Her husband fucking dies. And she's just like living out of her van, working at Amazon. Like, what do I do? Stumbles upon this guy on YouTube who's promoting a nomad lifestyle of all these people that either live out of their campers or vans. And that becomes her shit. So she gets to this, I guess, commune of these people that just travel around, and they pick a spot and they'll all hang out there for a couple of months, and they'll get odd jobs in town, and then they just hang out at these dusty campsites in the desert. And they go to this woman who's like, I love this lifestyle. Boy, oh boy, do I love living in a car. It's the greatest thing in the world. And here's a proper way to shit in a bucket. And I'm like, you love this. You love pooping in a bucket. And then she's like, you guys all have your RVs and campers, and this is the jug you want to use. I live in the back of my Prius, so I poop in this tiny little bucket. And I'm just like, no! No! What are you doing? So Frances McDormand and the other lead actor, he was Edward R. Murrows in Good Night and Good Luck. They're
John Statham or David Strathairn,
something like that. Yeah,
I fucking love that guy.
Yeah, two fucking great actors, and I'm pretty sure they are the only two actors in it. Everybody else in that movie, they used real nomads, which is cool. It's just so
bullshit.
Fucking sad. Like, the music that plays through the whole movie is this dreary, downtrodden, sad. And every one of these nomads has a story like, oh yeah, my husband and my kids all died of cancer, and oh well, yeah, my entire family except for me got AIDS, cancer, and they exploded, and then a fucking piano fell in their ashes, and it's just so fucking sad, and it's just hit after hit after hit, and then sad music plays. Oh!
Wasn't it your exercise bike movie of the day?
Yes! What
did
am I
it motivate
doing?
you at all, or did it take away from the workout?
I think my average speed on that run was my slowest in months. Because it's so hard to pedal fast. I got to get better with choosing my movies. I got to get better knowing that I don't do well with misery porn. Like, Sound of Metal. Everybody loves Sound of Metal. I wanted to jump off the roof. It's so fucking sad. I mean,
I don't like movies sad just for the sake of being sad.
And I can recognize that it's a well-made movie. It's acted very well. I liked it more than Sound of Metal because at least she's not dealing with a debilitating disability and the only change of scene is going between another person living in a van, being in a van, and being in a dreary support group that's frozen in 1978. At least sometimes she gets out of the desert and goes to these cool little locations, and she gets butt-ass naked and just floats down a stream. There's some cool like sunset shots here and there, but yikes! If you don't do well with sad stuff, I won a whole bunch of Golden Globes last night. Shout out to you. Like, not a movie for me.
What?
How does it compare to Two Billboards?
At least Two Billboards has like silly characters. Like you get some comic relief from Sam Rockwell, and it's more of a written narrative. This is just horrible circumstances leading to, oh, I really scored a win here. I get to scrub this truck stop bathroom for a couple of weeks. What a win. Pooping in buckets.
So, won some Golden Globes. That's nice. What kind of... You knew this lady was fucked. If the sheetrock company in your town goes down and now you have no other like means of income, like you really never had, like you had a thin safety net there, huh?
Well, and they even get into that. Like the whole reason she stayed in that dying town was she was so distraught by her husband's death. She felt like if she moved, his legacy was gone from Earth. So she just stayed there out of allegiance to her dead husband. Like, just in her grief, she couldn't bring herself to leave the town. It's...
Well, I mean, if you're a dude, that's nice to hear. A down-ass chick.
Everything about it is just fucking heartbreaking. I mean, it seems like everybody loves this movie, but if you're like me and you're a pussy and you don't really like sad stuff, I don't know what to tell you, man. I couldn't do it.
You brought up the Golden Globes. Did you watch the Golden Globes by chance?
I did not, and I usually don't watch the Golden Globes. I didn't even know they were happening, to be honest with you, until I saw Twitter going up about it.
Yeah, I didn't know.
So does that mean the Oscars are happening?
They're probably getting announced anytime, any day now, right?
Yeah, I'm confused. Like, what?
The Oscars should have been like held already.
Oh, for real? Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we're in March now.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
And we're just getting the Golden Globes, which are usually in January.
This
so
would
maybe
probably be
in
a
May
pretty
we'll get
easy Google search, huh? I'm not doing it.
I'll do it.
Not it.
Yeah, he who smelt it dealt it. Shuddy, you smelt it. Or you dealt it.
They're
Whatever.
in April. They got pushed back to April.
What's even going to be nominated, I wonder? I wonder what was nominated for the Golden
Probably
Globes.
the same shit, like...
Parasite?
Yeah,
wins.
Parasite wins again.
Back to back. Fuck it, nothing.
Yeah.
Everything sucked. We're just going to give it to Parasite again.
I mean, fucking Sacha Baron Cohen, like Borat won Best Comedy or Musical, and then he got Best Lead or something in a comedy or musical. Sudeikis got one for Ted Lasso.
Saw it.
Daniel Kaluuya won. Let's see. Chadwick Boseman for the one we just watched, Judas and the Black Messiah.
So I'm confused. When did it come out? Because we just watched it 2 weeks ago, and that's this year. So
yeah, I don't know what they've been doing with eligibility. Yeah, I can't make heads or tails out of any of the shit that's going on, and I don't think they can either. I think they're just throwing shit at the wall and be like, "All right, it came out before the award ceremony. It counts."
Whatever is going to get you guys to watch this fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know? Interesting. I don't even remember what my favorite movie was last year. I really like King of Staten Island. I remember that. I haven't seen it since, though. Huh.
They haven't announced the Best Picture nominees yet, but there are hold on. Does it say? It just says the list is up. There's 366 feature films that are eligible for consideration.
366 movies came out in a 12-month period.
Last year, there were 344.
Okay, well.
So somehow more movies are eligible for Best Picture noms in a pandemic year. Like there's stuff on here that's not even out yet. I skimmed through the list and it was like
Save some
Tom
for
and
next year.
Jerry is on there.
Oh,
That
came
hasn't
out.
come out.
It's out.
When did that come out though?
Late last month.
Okay. I didn't realize that was out.
That's what I like. I'm just I mean, the Judas and the Black Messiah was fucking awesome, but another just sad, downtrodden movie.
That's on the list.
I'm this close. I'm this close to watching that fucking Tom and Jerry movie because, god damn it, I need some happiness. Everybody's so sad.
Buy Hands on a Hard Body.
I'm just gonna keep watching more anime. I know Arts has gotten really into it too. Like Arts and I are now like on an anime chain recommending stuff. Hentai, you son of a bitch, you. I hope an octopus tentacles your butt.
Man, these fucking movies. Best Picture nominees for Golden Globe: Nomadland, The Father, Mank, Promising Young Woman, Trial of the Chicago 7. Do they even fucking try anymore in Hollywood? I mean,
Promising Young Woman was really good. Trial of Chicago was really good.
Whatever.
I liked it. I thought it was sick.
Again, you said Promising Young Woman was good?
Yeah, I liked it.
I think just what we can all agree on is that based on the terribleness of this year's award season, there will be no Oscar bet held this year. I'm glad we're all in agreement. So, do we have any voicemails to listen to?
I'm actually in agreement
trying to
with
dust
that.
shit under the rug.
Your
punishment still stands.
I know my punishment still stands. I'm just trying not to add an additional punishment on top of it before I can.
Oh, yeah. We're going to fucking Oscar spit roast you, buddy.
Yeah. Listen, I'm okay with owing one fucking Oscar punishment. I'm not keen on it being 2 next time I'm able to come out to California.
Anyway, Oscar punishment in both holes. Hamilton is somehow nominated, excuse me.
Because a movie was released.
Yeah, on Disney Plus.
Fucking stupid. That's how fucking like limited this selection is. They can't get.
But is it that?
You know what though?
Or would it have been this way if movies were in theaters too?
I don't know, because it seems like they did just put all of the artsy-fartsy, depressing Oscar bait shit out on streaming and save the exciting stuff we like. All got pushed back, like Bond, all the Marvel movies, like all that stuff got pushed. And then they're like, oh, and here's Frances McDormand diarrhea-ing into a bucket, though.
I mean, Hamilton, I think it's bullshit that it's nominated. I liked it. I thought it was cool to watch, and I'm happy that they brought it to Disney Plus because I wasn't otherwise going to pay for it to go see it in person. It wasn't even an option over the past year, obviously. But, like, you know, it's a play.
You have something hanging on your shirt, Jeff, or is that V just really fucking deep?
Oh, this V is deep.
Oh yeah,
deep.
That's fucking hanging down. That V is going all the way down to your belly button right now.
Damn
Jesus
right.
Christ.
That's some Wagyu. That's some Wagyu taco meat right there. Some prime cuts. You know what though?
Yeah,
that movie Soul, that Pixar movie, awesome. That kicked ass. That might have been the best movie of last year.
Whatever.
Fucking cartoons. Probably don't even have any tentacles.
I mean, I'll trust your read on that. I'm not going to really, shit on you for it, but that's not something that's not really my speed. But I mean, look at these. Best musical comedy. Borat, Hamilton. Is it music? Is that what it is? Just called music? Palm Springs, The Prom? Like, get the fuck out of here. What a joke. Jesus Christ. They should just cancel the fucking Oscar punishment as well. I mean, who's going to watch the Oscars? I guess same people that always do.
I might.
Stupid
I don't
question.
know. Either way, Shuddy did have a good point. Why don't we listen to a few
voicemails? Yay!
Let's see. Yeah. Oh, fuck, where did we leave off? Okay, this looks like the right spot. God, I gotta piss so bad.
Don't get water
Damn
poisoning.
it! Hold my wee for a wee. Maybe.
What's up, MSPH? This is Colton from St. Louis. I called you guys back in August asking about how to beat a drug test, and I actually was on a job not long ago, and the safety manager came up, started talking to me, and unsolicited was talking about guys smoking pot and how it's not a big deal and how it doesn't bother them, and you only get drug tested once every 2 years, so as long as you pass those and don't get hurt, you don't got to worry about it. So I actually hit a vape
Smoked a
pen the
blizzy
other
with
night
him.
and got really fucking stoned and felt really, really great about it. So I appreciate you guys giving me a heads up on ways to work around those whiz quizzes.
Yeah, I wish I could help you with all your
guys
illegal
were
activity.
talking about that Cecil Hotel documentary, and I was interested in it when you first brought it up until you guys shit all over it, and I figured it wasn't worth a watch. But I did see one of those true crime Netflix documentaries called Athlete A about that USA Gymnastics and the sick fuck of a doctor they had treating, quote unquote, their athletes, and that was a fucking train wreck.
Yeah, I mean, I have a tough time with the depressing, like, true crime. Here's a bunch of people that got murdered, and here's their depressed, miserable family. I think it's a pretty safe bet. I will never watch the documentary on molested little girls.
Is it the Larry Nassar story?
Yes.
Right? Yeah, they got him for 150 cases or convicted him 150 counts of like child molestation. Yeah, I that's something I'm not interested in watching either. I actually met the editor of the Indianapolis Star, which was the newspaper that like blew that story wide open and started getting like, having gymnasts go on record and talk about it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they're a USA Today affiliate. It was back when I was working with them, and it was just like kind of I was just asking him about it and just how much work they put into that fucking story. It's an interesting. Well, that aspect of it's an interesting story, but it's it's really one of the fucking darkest, lamest stories in sports history. The fact that guy got away with that for as long as he did, and I can only imagine, like, the cover-ups and all the people that were involved in it. He did it at Michigan State University, right? Which is a pretty prominent athletic university.
Lots of covering up going on.
Yeah, that's probably as heavy as a documentary can get. I hope it wasn't like a multi-parter. You just got just ripped the Band-Aid off in one fucking shot. Because
I'll take your word for it, Colton.
Yeah, dude.
I paused it every 5 minutes and looked at my wife like, what in the fuck are we watching? And I think that everybody needs to watch that just so they know what actually happens to these people that trust these fucking doctors and or at least this particular asshole, and the way he treated them and how long he got away with it for. So check that out if you want. Athlete A on Netflix.
Yikes.
The
I
best.
wanted to say, I got a side.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I would say the best outcome of that story. I don't know if you saw this. You probably remember it when I bring it up, but like that guy when he was convicted guilty was like just crying like a bitch as he got his sentence, and he wrote a letter to read to the jury, and the fucking judge ripped it up in front of him. Was like, nope.
Nice.
It's just like one of these like. Right in front of like all demonstrative. It was like, oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, and that one fucking coward just killed himself like this past week. Like a new dude.
Yep. Yeah, fucking pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had that one
stay
guy
alive
who,
and take your fucking medicine and then get beat to death in prison.
you see the one father that one time that like tried to run at him and he got tackled, like in the courtroom, and then like they brought him up on his charges. Like, yeah, we're gonna throw the whole case out. Sorry, yeah, you're good, dude. Don't worry about it.
Oh, on the guy that was rushing him.
Yeah, the guy like tried to
Okay.
get to him like in the court, and then they're like, yeah, they brought him because he had to face trial for the charges. Like, yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
we fine you $1 or something like that.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, we fine you $1 and we suspend it forever.
Yeah, but here's a box of basketball cards. Might be a winner in there.
With the dragon on food temperatures and waiting to eat, because aside from fast food, which I think cold fast food is absolutely disgusting, it never matters to me hot food when I eat it cold or cold food when it heats up. I personally don't give a fuck. It all tastes the same, so no big deal. Just woof it down and keep on rolling. You guys do a great job.
Yeah,
Keep it up. Peace.
I had I feel not overwhelming, but like an odd amount of support through whatever social media Discord about people who also eat cold food. And it's like, I feel you. I thought I was really on an island because even my brothers make fun of me about it. It is kind of weird, but I had some people that hit me up on social media or Discord like, yeah, dude, I feel you. I eat cold. But then there were others that were like, even sometimes when I do that, you seemingly go overboard with it. So,
Well, solidarity and garbage pallets.
don't be like that.
All right, here's another human.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Tiptoe through the tulips with me.
I don't know what that was. I mean, I know what it was. I don't know what it turned into. It sounded like it. I know it was Drowning Pool, and then it sounds like it turned into a 1930s Mickey Mouse cartoon.
That's the name I was looking for, Drowning Pool.
I couldn't remember it either.
I
Dork.
never thought Drowning Pool was cool.
I didn't mind that song.
I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, you cornballs. I feel like this is like if somebody went to my Nana and they're like, write a metal song. All right, what do metal people think about? People dying. Oh, here's some they're just falling over on the floor a whole bunch. Well, shout out to you, mystery caller. Thanks for that. That was fun and weird.
Yeah, it didn't beat the weird voicemail that we got that or that like fan fiction
The origin
of,
story, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, of our origin of our orgies.
The mystery lawyer.
Hey guys, it's Pyro. Two things. One, Jeff, since you used to always say you were the dragon, do you at least have like a dragon tattoo? And two, this is for more Kevin and Shuddies and Jeff. Do any of you two listen to Alex Terrible? Peace.
Alex Terrible? I don't know what that is. If it's a YouTuber, I can guarantee you the answer is no. Sounds like a YouTuber, doesn't it? Or a Twitcher. I don't watch anybody else play video games. I watch myself play video games, and when like Jeff is over, I watch him until my turn comes up.
He's somebody in Slaughter to Prevail, a Russian deathcore band.
Jesus Christ. How specific is that? Russian deathcore band.
It says this article from 2017 says that Alex Terrible has been a somewhat controversial figure in death metal over the last few years.
Like morbid or more controversial than that guy? Because he allegedly murdered Elise Lam.
Yeah, who did Alex Terrible murder?
Yeah, was he at the Cecil Hotel?
Yeah, he's in a band called Slaughter to Prevail.
That's a very annoying metal band name. I don't like that.
I don't have any tattoos. Sorry, buddy.
Fucking pussy.
Maybe that should be the Oscar punishment specifically for you. If you're the loser, you have to get a tattoo of a dragon, but your face is on the face of the dragon.
You have to get a tramp stamp that says "party time."
I choose Kevin's.
And then a coaster next to it, and then there's like a little arrow pointing that says "Rest your beer here."
Yeah.
I hate where this is going.
You know, when
I wouldn't lose
when
that
you're getting
Oscar
plowed.
punishment. I'll tell you that.
All right.
Fucking pussies.
What is? Oh my goodness! I recognize this number because it's the only thing that shows up as not a phone number.
I don't know if anybody's even listening to these messages. I don't even know why I'm calling. But I can't shake the feeling that I've had since I listened to that episode of your podcast. And it goes way beyond the general sadness that follows any bad piece of entertainment that I experience. It goes into a feeling of apocalyptic dread is the term I've come up with. I've been thinking about the three of you a lot and thinking about how you would fare and how you'd do in a total collapse of society where we're just surviving in the ashes of burning cities. And it's an interesting thought experiment, and I don't know why I keep replaying it in my head, but one of you seems to have enough testosterone to qualify as a legal man. You mentioned you cook, and the other two were confused by that. Believe it or not, you would die the soonest in any apocalypse because somebody would see you as an opportunity to establish dominance. So either a moderately strong man or a assertive woman would kill you pretty quickly. The second of you, who talks a lot and seems to be the most feminine, you would be kidnapped by cannibal rapists almost instantaneously and chained to a pipe somewhere in a warehouse where you get raped to death, lying on the floor, crying yourself to sleep as you imagine that one of your superhero friends will come rescue you from the sodomy and internal bleeding. That Wonder Woman will come through the door and rescue you and take you to safety. And of course, it never happens.
What happens with the guy with the biggest dick and the best looking dude?
Head injury Yoda guy.
Me.
Well, you just talked over it, so.
Damn.
He just called you head injury Yoda guy.
Is there a way you could turn it up just a little bit? I can't.
It sucks. This guy's maxed out. I'll boost it in post, but he calls from a very quiet phone. The both times he's called in to spit roast us.
This is part of a sales technique. You got to talk a little lower so people are more and more interested. You know, it sounds secretive. All right. Well, what did he call me?
I rewound it a little
now
bit.
Shut
Let's
up.
See.
Third fellow there, head injury Yoda guy, you're the wild card. You're either going to go down the path you're already going down, which means you'll die of autoerotic asphyxiation, or
No.
You'll unlock your full potential. You'll take all that repressed homosexual rage and become a warlord. And you'll run a warehouse somewhere where you hold captive feminine men and rape them before you eat their veal-like flesh. Anyway, been thinking about you guys. Bye.
Clearly. That guy's...
So if I understand this right, me being the current strongest out of the three of us, I'll be the first to die because I'm strong enough to be a threat to stronger people, but not strong enough to
defend yourself against them.
To fight, to take them out. So I'd be the first to die. Kevin is going to be somebody's sex slave. So one of the type of people that kill me is now Kevin's overlord and master, and they're his Ramsay Bolton.
Yeah, I get reeked out of this. I feel like all roads lead to rape in this guy's scenarios. Like, we all get raped to death.
Not me.
No.
I rape myself to death, possibly. What we're finding out is I'm this guy's favorite, actually.
And Jeff
head injury
is
Yoda
going
guy
to die from autoerotic asphyxiation, or he is going to unlock his full potential and end up being some sort of czar with a warehouse that people come to and rely on.
Yeah, I'm going to revitalize the sheetrock warehouse industry.
With human veal.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a great ending for me. Either I die coming or I unlock my full potential,
or you die winning.
I kind of stopped listening after unlock your full potential because I didn't want to, but no, I'm just kidding. I listened to the whole thing, but sounds like it's gonna go well for me. It sucks for you guys. We better hope we don't hit nomad land.
I'll tell you what.
That's what it sounds like.
I mean, I don't want the rape part, but if the world turns to ash, yeah, fucking, I would like to die as soon as possible. You're gonna take away like TV, movies.
Yeah, no more TV.
No more anime. If everything's ash, my comics are ash. I can't play my video games. There's no power. Okay, yeah, fucking kill me. I don't feel like I'm the winner if I last the longest in that scenario. Like, Shuddy won. He dies first.
Apparently, I have a small business. What are you talking about? I win.
Yeah, but what are you going to spend it on?
business.
You can't do anything cool.
I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to rebuild the world after you two pussies are dead.
Yeah, you're just going to be raping dudes.
I mean,
while
it's
eating
better
a
than
human
getting
burger.
raped. Yeah,
Man, I don't know
maybe
what's a funnier nickname, Dookie Boy the Cocksucker or Head Injury Yoda Guy.
I mean, I prefer a head injury Yoda. I think all my skills went down after my head injury, and he's saying it sounds like he's spinning it forward, kind of.
Yeah,
which isn't bad.
I'm trying to pull a Dom here. Head Injury Yoda Guy, HIYG.
Yes, without the question mark at the end.
It's not the most fun acronym.
HIYG.
Head Injury Yoda Guy is way better.
DBTCS is much more fun to say.
Harder to remember.
That's a thing that he does. Like that's like his trick, right? His power is he can acronym anything.
Dom is like the instant acronym guy. Yeah.
I never even knew that was a thing.
Oh,
Dom has a lot of weird talents, doesn't he?
Yep.
All useful. You guys want a couple more?
Yes.
No.
So I think that Jeff's title of winning the Letterbox B game last week should be taken away. Right before you guys even played the game, you guys were talking about playing other games, and he said he'll do whatever it takes, cheat as much as possible just to win. And then he won? Seems a little suspicious to me. What the fuck is wrong with people?
Oh, here we go.
It's what the fuck is wrong with people, guy. I did his podcast the other week. Yeah, look at that. Everybody has a podcast. Even podcast caller guy. What the fuck is wrong with people, guy?
It's like a Better Call Saul spinoff, the MSP universe. We should bring him into the network.
Yeah,
we got to get that other guy a podcast. He just tells a story about a fucking apocalyptic ass raping people are going to take.
Erotic MSPH fan fiction. Here's what fucking head injury Yoda guy got into this week.
It's a fair accusation from what the fuck did I just watch? But I feel like I did.
That's not a show. It's what the fuck is wrong with people?
I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I slipped up. Sorry, I was recently talking about that. I had that in my head.
Real quick, not to derail you, but while Mark, Dom, and I were hanging out yesterday, we were talking about what the fuck did I just watch, and I was a little fucked up and stumbled and called it "What did I just fuck?"
Oh man! Hey, as long as we're adding Patreon shows, that one's got a nice ring to it.
Yeah, I'll do my anime watch along, and then we can try to investigate what you had sex with.
All right, Shuddy, what did you just fuck? A pineapple? Nope, it was actually Dom.
All right, sorry, Jeff. Go back to your.
I don't remember what I was talking. Oh,
You cheating.
I think I did a pretty good job making eye contact the whole time, and my hands were maybe not visible, but I wasn't like looking at my phone. And
Yeah, you might want to review the video, what the fuck is wrong with people, because it is pretty telling when somebody's looking something up. And Jeff is very animated. He's very Italian with his hands when he talks. Oh,
yeah,
mamma mia!
And I'm not very sneaky either. So,
But you can try. Review the tape and see if you feel like Jeff pulled a fast one on you. All right, we got one more. One more, and then I get to piss. Oh, my dick's going to pop. Oh, no, and it's a long one.
Hey, MSPH. This is Luke from Ohio.
What up,
A
Luke?
long-time
Nice.
Ellis listener, recently turned Puminati. Just calling mainly to introduce myself and say what's up to everybody. Kevin, Shuddy Boy, Dookie Boy. Love the podcast. You guys are hilarious.
It's Dookie Boy the cocksucker, sir.
Yeah.
I know you're new around
Yeah,
these
you
parts,
don't-
but it's very important.
yeah, you're just. Yeah, don't get too comfortable, bro.
Yeah,
use my full name.
Yeah, you're a little too familiar for a new listener.
Oh, jeez.
Got on Patreon last year to become a Puminati member and try
Nice.
to do my part to give back a little bit. Appreciate what you guys do.
Appreciate you.
You guys are hilarious.
Thank you.
Great dynamic together. So far, I've listened to a lot of backdated episodes. Binged all the supermarket queefs, which have been a lot of fun, and I really enjoy the Kevin's Nerd Holes. Kevin, I was wondering if you could answer, maybe you already have in past episodes that I just haven't caught up on, but I was just curious what console you're using. I know you've mentioned before it's got several games loaded into it, and I was just kind of curious which one you were using.
Oh, I fucking closed it out. Okay, I think I remember where it was. Yeah, I get that.
Good voicemail.
I get that question a lot. I found so a couple years ago they released the mini Super Nintendos. It's like a super tiny Super Nintendo shrunken down that Nintendo preloaded with like 30 games on it, and then internet nerds figured out how to hack them and load them up with ROMs. So they're not allowed on eBay, so you have to just search for them regularly, and when they pop up, buy one. But it's a hacked mini Super Nintendo that has, I haven't counted, but it claims to have 9,000 games on it. So if you find a listing, snag it, because I think they get taken down regularly. I think this is where we left off.
Curious which one you were using. I actually attended the last MSPH wrestling event that Dom put on, which was awesome. Shout out to Dom, great job. I was on the Zoom. I had the image of the bar as my Zoom backdrop.
Okay.
The first one I attended, had a great time. I'm looking forward to the next one. I think I'll be more recognizable next time because I was just given a new Wolf Knife name this week directly from Kevin of Luke at my anus, which was awesome. So I really just wanted to call and tell everybody I love it, what you guys are doing. Everybody's doing a great job. Kevin, awesome work keeping everything organized week to week. Shuddy, love hearing you wipe the floor with everyone in the Letterbox D game. And Jeff, you got to keep these guys honest. No pussy shit around here. Don't let them push you around. Stand your ground, bro. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. That's all.
Yeah, shout out to you, Luke at my anus.
I'm about to get emotional. That was a wonderful voicemail. Can you send me that audio? I'm going to just play that when I wake up.
Yeah, the voicemails really took us on a journey this week.
It was fun.
This was fun.
He's right. I shouldn't be putting up with your guys' pussy shit. He makes a good point.
All right, well, everybody, thank you for listening. Shout out to all the voicemailers. I got to piss so bad.
And he doesn't trust Jeff and I to carry this on without him.
Oh, I'm just going to riff with racial slurs if you leave.
There you go. So next week, I mean, it's a bummer that things turn out the way they did. It would have been nice to do like a big extravaganza, maybe do something live and invite the Pumanati out.
I would have been out there for sure.
Shuddy would have been here for episode 500, but we'll find something fun to do. We'll find a cool way to reflect and in true. I feel like it's almost more in true Mad Scientist Party Hour fashion that when like shit's chill again, to do a big banger episode for like episode 526 or something stupid like
just
that.
Just some random number.
Yeah, and just make that a big blowout milestone episode. But either way, thank you guys so much for sticking with us this long. If you haven't done so, I know it's kind of a tall order. We need 38 more reviews on Apple Podcasts to hit 1,000. It would be a cool thing to hit before episode 500. I don't know if we can pull it off, but I know the Pumanati is capable of miracles, so... just putting it out there.
That would be so sick.
It would be sick, but we're realistic over here. But if you want to take a shot at it,
I'm not realistic. I have my hopes up.
The honor is yours.
It doesn't have to be even full on reviews, just 5-star ratings.
Yeah, just a quick click. That's all we need. It's very quick to get us off. I didn't mean to make it that gross. I'm sorry.
Yes,
yeah,
you meant to do that.
It takes some dinner, some drugs, and a lot of work to get me off.
Yeah, Jeff needs a 69 and some buttalingus. Oh, God, I've made it worse. Anyway, Apple Podcast is there waiting for you if you haven't taken us up on it yet. If you want to be a part of voicemails, yay, call 201-472-0139, and you can, if you're a little shy, you can shoot your emails to madscientistpartyhour@gmail.com. You've heard a few people mention the stellar content we've been pumping out on our Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/madscientistpartyhour. I highly suggest that if you need more MSPH in your life. And you can also follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Jeffra Records.
And at MSPH Podcast. Shuddy, you got anything you want to throw out there?
No, sir. Actually, this syrup is very good.
Nice.
That's what we'll say, is the Dirty Arm Farm strawberry cannabis syrup.
Looks like you're just shaking around a bottle of ketchup.
Well, the label was removed for shipping.
I'm not hating.
It looks a little more sus, but it's very good. So if you can get your hands on it in Oregon, I highly recommend it. Pun intended.
All right, friends, I'm going to go pee. So until next time, something